Did you know that studies suggest nearly 60% of people hide their true feelings about others in social settings? Today, we're uncovering the subtle signs someone might secretly dislike you. Have you ever wondered if a friend, coworker, or acquaintance secretly dislikes you? It's a common worry. In this video, we'll explore 7 hidden signs to help you decode those confusing social signals with confidence. Navigating social relationships can feel like solving a puzzle with missing pieces. We all want to be liked, but sometimes we pick up on vibes that leave us questioning. Does this person actually dislike me? According to Dr. John Gottman, a renowned psychologist specializing in relationships, humans are wired to detect subtle cues of rejection, but we often misinterpret them. This uncertainty can spark insecurity, especially when someone's behavior feels off. Maybe they avoid you, give short responses, or seem distant. The challenge lies in distinguishing between intentional dislike, a misunderstanding, or even someone's personal struggles. Without clear communication, these mixed signals can erode trust and leave us second-guessing our connections. In fact, a 2021 study from the Journal of Social Psychology found that 70% of people overestimate or underestimate others' feelings toward them. So, how do we spot the signs of dislike without jumping to conclusions? Let's dive into the hidden clues, backed by expert insights to help you understand what's really going on. Alright, let's break down the 7 hidden signs that someone might secretly dislike you. We'll explore each one with insights from psychologists and communication experts, but I'll also emphasize context, because not every signal means what you think. Let's get started. Sign number 1, they avoid eye contact. First up, avoiding eye contact. Dr. Paul Ekman, a pioneer in nonverbal communication, notes that eye contact is a universal indicator of engagement and trust. When someone consistently avoids looking at you during conversations, it can signal discomfort or disinterest. For example, imagine you're chatting with a coworker, and they keep glancing at their phone or around the room. That lack of connection might feel personal. A 2019 study in Frontiers in Psychology found that reduced eye contact often correlates with lower levels of interpersonal liking. But context matters. Someone might avoid eye contact due to shyness, cultural differences, or even stress. If they're warm and engaged with others but dodge your gaze, that's a stronger clue. Watch for patterns. Is it just with you, or do they do this with everyone? To test this, try asking an open-ended question and observe their response. If they still won't meet your eyes, it could be a sign they're not fully comfortable with you. Sign number 2, their body language is closed off. Next, let's talk body language. According to body language expert Amy Cuddy, our posture reveals our emotions more than words ever could. If someone crosses their arms, turns their body away, or leans back when you're near, it might suggest they're emotionally distancing themselves. A 2020 study in nonverbal behavior found that closed-off postures often signal dislike or distrust in social settings. Picture this: you join a group, and one person shifts to face away from you. That subtle turn could mean they're not thrilled you're there. But hold on, context is key. Maybe they're cold, uncomfortable, or just distracted. Look for consistency. Do they open up around others but stay guarded with you? To dig deeper, try mirroring their posture subtly. If they relax, it might not be about you. If they stay closed off, it's worth noting. Experts suggest combining this clue with verbal cues to avoid misreading the situation. Sign number 3, they give short or vague responses. Sign number 3, short or vague responses. Communication expert Deborah Tannen, author of You Just Don't Understand, explains that conversation is a dance of mutual interest. If someone consistently gives one-word answers or dodges your questions, it can feel like they're shutting you out. For instance, you ask, "How was your weekend?" and they reply, "Fine," with no follow-up. A 2022 study in communication research found that minimal responses often indicate low relational investment. This can sting, especially if they're chatty with others. But let's consider context. Maybe they're stressed or naturally reserved. To test this, try asking about something they love, like a hobby. If they still clam up, it might signal dislike. Dr. Tannen advises paying attention to tone. 2, Curt or flat responses are red flags. If their words feel like a brick wall, it's a sign to explore further, but don't assume the worst without more evidence. Sign number 4, they rarely initiate contact. Number 4, they rarely initiate contact. Dr. Julianne Holt-Lunstad, a psychologist studying social connection, says that mutual effort is the backbone of any relationship. If you're always the one texting, calling, or planning, it might mean they're not invested. A 2023 meta-analysis in social networks found that one-sided effort often predicts relational decline. Think about it. If a friend never reaches out first, it can feel like you're chasing them. But context matters. Some people are just bad at initiating, maybe due to anxiety or a busy schedule. Check if they're proactive with others but passive with you. To clarify, try pulling back slightly. If they don't step up, it could confirm their feelings. Holt-Lunstad suggests gently asking, "Hey, I've been reaching out a lot. Everything okay?" Their response can reveal a lot. This sign alone isn't definitive, but paired with others, it's a piece of the puzzle. Sign number 5, they exclude you from plans. 5th sign, they exclude you from plans. Social psychologist Dr. Kipling Williams, an expert on ostracism, says being left out triggers the same brain regions as physical pain. If you hear about group hangouts after the fact, or see them on social media, it can feel like a deliberate snub. A 2021 study in Personality and Social Psychology Bulletin found that exclusion often signals low social regard. For example, your coworkers grab lunch without inviting you, even though you're usually part of the crew. Context is crucial. Maybe it was spontaneous, or they assumed you were busy. Look for repetition. One oversight is forgivable, but consistent exclusion is telling. Williams suggests observing how they react when you bring it up. Try saying, "I noticed I wasn't invited. Any reason?" If they deflect or dismiss you, it's a stronger hint. Exclusion hurts, but don't rush to judgment. Combine this with other signs before concluding. Sign number 6, their tone feels off. Sign 6, their tone feels off. Dr. Albert Mehrabian-Ass's research on nonverbal communication shows that tone accounts for 38% of how we interpret messages. If someone's voice sounds sarcastic, cold, or overly formal with you, it can signal underlying negativity. A 2020 study in emotion found that mismatched tones, like saying I'm fine with irritation, often reveal true feelings. Imagine a friend who says, "Sure, that's great," but their voice drips with disinterest. That disconnect can be a clue. Context matters though. Maybe they're having a bad day, or their tone is naturally dry. Compare how they speak to you versus others. To test this, try a lighthearted comment and listen closely to their reply. If the off tone persists, it's worth noting. Mehrabian advises focusing on patterns, not one-offs. A consistently negative tone, especially paired with other signs, might mean they're not your biggest fan. Sign number 7, they criticize you subtly. Finally, sign 7, subtle criticism. Dr. John Gottman warns that frequent, indirect criticism, like backhanded compliments or nitpicking, can erode relationships. If someone says, "Wow, you're so brave to wear that," or constantly points out your flaws, it might reflect dislike. A 2022 study in Journal of Personality found that passive-aggressive comments often mask negative feelings. For example, a colleague might joke about your work in a way that stings. Context is key. Some people tease affectionately, but if their remarks feel targeted or constant, it's a red flag. Look at their intent. Do they lift others up but put you down? To clarify, try addressing it directly. "That comment felt a bit sharp. Did you mean it that way?" Their reaction can reveal their feelings. Gottman suggests balancing this sign with others to avoid overreacting. Subtle criticism alone isn't proof, but it's a critical piece of the puzzle. Now here is the big insight that ties it all together. Not every negative signal means someone dislikes you. This is where perspective shifts. Dr. Susan Krauss-Whitborn, a professor of psychology, emphasizes that behaviors like avoiding eye contact or short responses often stem from personal struggles, stress, insecurity, or even cultural misunderstandings, rather than targeted dislike. A 2023 study in psychological science found that people misattribute others' actions to personal feelings 65% of the time. That coworker who seems distant, they might be overwhelmed, not anti-you. That friend who didn't invite you, maybe they assumed you were busy. The key is to avoid assuming the worst. Instead, combine these signs with open communication. Ask questions, share your feelings, and clarify intentions. By doing so, you might uncover a misunderstanding or confirm a truth that helps you move forward. It's not just about spotting dislike, it's about understanding people and building stronger connections. So, there you have it. 7 hidden signs to watch for, from body language to subtle criticism. Remember, context and communication are key to understanding others. Don't let doubt cloud your relationships. Seek clarity and stay connected. Have you noticed these signs in your life? Share your stories in the comments. I'd love to hear them. And check out our video on boosting self-esteem for more tips on navigating social dynamics. Hit subscribe, and let's keep exploring together.